Hello and welcome back. Welcome back to the Clutter Challenge. We are on week 3, task 3. Before I dive into the details there, though, I want to do a quick little check-in and find out if you followed through on task number 2. That task was contain your paper. It was the easiest peasiest task ever, right? Just find a place to contain your paper. If you already have a paper system in place, props to you. You are way ahead of the curve. 99.9% of the people that I interact with ask me about paper. It's a huge challenge. So that's why I suggested that task. And if it was too basic, too elementary for you, don't worry. A future video is going to go further on the whole paper theme. As a matter of fact, there will be more videos about paper because it's such a big deal for people. Now let's jump into task number 3. And this I call create a donation station. You know, we all have stuff hanging around our homes that we're not using. You know, we have clothes that don't fit us anymore. We have books we have already read and have no intention of rereading. We've got toys that our kids have outgrown. There's loads of stuff we have hanging around. We may have a hobby that at one point we really enjoyed, but it doesn't really suit us anymore, so we have all of the hobby-related stuff still hanging out. So stuff, yeah, that's clutter if we're not using it. That's what it is. It's clutter. If we have stuff that's perfectly good but we're not using and don't have an intention to be using in the very near future, that stuff becomes clutter. And let's be honest, clutter suffocates us. It suffocates our minds, our body, and our spirit. So the ideal is to prevent it from ever taking hold. And one way you can do that is through regular purging. And that's really the easiest way because who wants to take a whole day to go through their house and find all the stuff that they're not using? If you can do that regularly, then you are so far ahead of the game as far as equalizing what comes in and what goes out. And the donation station makes it super easy, especially because, and I don't think this is a real secret, but human beings, we're pretty lazy. So we want the easiest way possible. And that's what's going to help us be consistent in taking action, is having a system in place that makes it really easy for us. And that's what the donation station does. So what you have to do is just dedicate some kind of container. You can put it in a closet, you can put it in your garage. A tote bin, that works so great. A Rubbermaid tote bin, could be a box, whatever it is. Just decide on some sort of container, decide on the location for it, and that becomes your donation station. So when you run into that object that no longer is serving you well, that blouse that you no longer wear, the pair of shoes that your kids have outgrown, the book that's been read already, you can immediately take action and take it to your donation station and drop it in. That's what the donation station is all about. It's about making donating really, really easy. Okay, so that's task number 3, create the donation station. But I have a couple more little goodies to share with you. I want to help make the donating of the items, the actual physical process, easier for you. I know that it can be a real challenge for a lot of people to donate perfectly good items. They want to recoup the investment that they made in the item initially. So they think, well, maybe I'll have a garage sale, maybe I'll sell it on Craigslist. Both of those things, they're fine for certain items. And if you've got the time and energy to have a garage sale, by all means do it. But most of us don't. The time investment is huge in a garage sale, and the return on the investment isn't usually very large either. So to make it easier to send off your donations, I want to encourage you to adopt a charity. When you choose an organization that you genuinely care about, when the mission really resonates with you, it makes it so much easier to send your stuff off. And you can get the whole family involved in this. Personally, I like to support Goodwill, and I have a local domestic violence shelter that I support as well. And I feel really good about donating to the shelter because I know that I'm helping women that really need what I'm giving. And then at Goodwill, I feel really good about the fact that there are people that can go and shop affordably for gently used items. So that makes me feel like I'm doing some good, like I'm returning something to the world. So that's what I want you to do is I want you to adopt a charity or adopt two, but try not to make it more than two because then you get all caught up in like who should get this and who should get that. And then I also want you to do one more thing. I want you to schedule time into your calendar to go and actually donate stuff because if you don't schedule time into your calendar, it's highly unlikely that you will ever get it done. So maybe once a month, maybe once every 2 months when you're out doing Saturday errands, make sure that you've scheduled some time in to take your box and donate it. So if you want to go even one step further, you can go right now and find 5 items that you can donate and put them in the box. So to wrap it up again, task number 3 is really create the donation station. That's the actual task. I want to encourage you then to adopt a charity, schedule time to actually drop off those donations, and the bonus or the challenge this week is to actually go find 5 items that you can put into that box right now. Okay, as always, if you've got feedback, if you've got comments, if this worked well for you, please share. If you're finding this helpful at all, share this video with somebody, but definitely share the feedback. And I will be back next week with task number 4. Okay, good luck. Have fun clearing out all of that clutter.